Somebody needs a hug. Oh, here he is. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's purring. Look at my Jean. Oh, sorry. Animal voice. It's different. I know some of you have animal voice too. Did you need a hug? You needed a hug? You needed it? You gonna go get in your little bed? Go night-night? Yeah? Oh, man. Nope. He's gonna perch here for a little while. Mama's gonna get started. Mama's gonna finish her brows. My brow tutorial's on my saved highlights. So sweet. Big purse. All day. Is this what we're doing? Is this it? This is it. The thumb is thumbing. He will always give you kisses like a dog. Oh my gosh. Too sweet. No, I don't have the right kind of hair for you to groom. You. Okay, good. Okay, we can start the tutorial now. So now you know my real skincare secrets. It's the deep exfoliation from Jean's super scrubby tongue. So today I want to do something lighter on my eyes. I realized that I really love eyeshadow, and I know a lot of people that's not something that they gravitate towards in makeup. Maybe you gravitate more towards complexion and blushes and highlighter. So I'm gonna do something really soft and simple on my eyes. I'm actually gonna keep it pretty simple. Let me go find something. I feel like I should have been doing that, but I was hugging Jean. I got sidetracked. He's just so snuggly. I love these. I don't tend to reach for them only because I love my very spicy feral eye looks. But if you are really into just something really, I'll just show you. If you're just like kind of maybe evening out the eye area, there we go. And this is where we are gonna do some buffing motions because we don't have primer on. This is very quick, very easy. And we need to do this before it sets, but I'm just gonna do some circular motions to buff this out. And you see how it just kind of lightly diffuse the veins in my eyes. It's my eye cream, or maybe Jean Drool. There we go. There we go. And then we'll clean this up and it'll be nice. The E29 is the brush I kind of call the in a rush brush. So if every day you're not doing a lot of detail and you're just kind of buffing a color on really quickly, this would be an amazing brush for you. Let's tap it and then let's do some circular motions, lightly bring it over this way. And the reason that we can do these circular motions right now with this formula is because we're not disturbing any kind of base underneath. We're also not pressing shadow into a base. We're just kind of moving this shadow around really quickly. But we do want to do this before it dries. So you can kind of start to feel it dry. It'll feel cold. And once it doesn't feel cold anymore, that's when it's dry. So keep that in mind. So right now I can still feel that it's nice and cold on my eye. I'm just going to buff it a little bit more. Now I don't feel it anymore. No more touching. So we're gonna do a little bit of tight lining and some light smudging. So simple, and it just adds so much definition. There's gonna be no wing. I'm not gonna wing it today. I'm always winging it. But I want to talk about this particular eyeliner formula. I'm always trying to find things that are more affordable, and I'm always trying to see if I can find formulas similar to high-end formulas. This is a high-end formula, but I'm sharpening it, and this is from Sally's. But this is one of the best eyeliner formulas I've ever used. It's from NARS, and this one right here, this is the shade Mambo. It's such a beautiful brown. It's easy to smudge. It gives you blending time. And what blending time means is with this kind of liner, once it's on the skin, they usually dry very quickly, but you will have time to smudge this one. Also, if you're looking for a cream color waterline, I have honestly tried so many. And again, I don't talk about these because I know they're so expensive and I just want to make sure everybody's included. But I also don't want to keep things from you that are spectacular. And y'all have seen me, I used to use this all the time, but this color in particular is so pigmented. And notice how it's not super light. I feel like this would really be nice on a nice array of skin tones, but it's so creamy, it's so bright. This is Rue Bonaparte, by the way. You know, this year I'm just gonna, even though they might be spicy priced, I'm just going to just say I can't dupe this. Just like I cannot dupe that Valentino blush formula, I can't dupe that. That's not saying that brands won't come out with it this year or eventually, but for right now, this is a special formula. Now let's get this eye going. So we're gonna look up. You can even look to the side. If you have sensitive eyes, look to the side this way and then look to the side this way. And for me, I just like to kind of shut my eye and roll this across. And I'm angling it downward. It's not touching my eyeball. I don't want y'all to think I'm going straight across. So I'll put it in here and then it's kind of like this. But I'll shut my eye and do that. Now, we need to come out of the waterline just a smidgy. And I know that some of us have sensitive eyes. So what I'm gonna recommend is just do some dots. It's easier. It's good. You can look messy, but it's easier to touch the eye that way. I don't know what's going on down there. Hang on, let me shut my door. Okay, so all I'm doing, and I know not all of us can shut one eye at a time. I'll do it with one eye open. Just do some little dots, right? And it's really important how we're holding it. See how far back I'm holding it? Gives us a little bit more control. The right amount of pressure, that's going to be enough. And this is why I mentioned, well, one of the reasons I really enjoy this is because it's not going to set. So I can just start to sweep this back and forth and smudge it. See that? And just that little bit, do you see the difference? And you're connecting all of those dots, literally. And if you still want a little bit more here, just do a dot. And the reason I recommend the dots is because it's not as harsh on our eye and we can just kind of, and if you can't shut one eye, I want to always be thoughtful, just look down. Now I'm going to do lashes. Also, we're throwing it back. This mascara is still amazing. I love this one. This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast. I don't even know how long I've been wearing it. I remember I used to buy it. How old was I? Look, it's so nice. It's definitely not a lengthening mascara, but it's definitely a thickening mascara, and I like that. But I'm still gonna put on falsies, but I got nostalgic. And now I feel like we're just all getting ready together. That looks so good. I like it. Vintage. Now we are gonna go a little bit more. I don't know, they look pretty floofy. Well, they're not mega floofers. Sometimes I lied to myself about my makeup. Just so y'all know, I have given so many just mascara tips and I posted so many videos to get the most out of your mascara. Those are on Reels. I could refilm them for you, but I do feel like when I do post them, a lot of people say that's too much work. I'm not into that. But getting the most out of your mascara can sometimes, and most of the time, is more work. And that's why I do enjoy my falsies, because it can take me 15 minutes because I comb through, and I know that a lot of us, I'm sure some of you might even have mascara, you don't need to do that. Continue to work that way, that's wonderful. But for me to get them to look like falsies, it'll take me about 15 minutes. And I can show you the technique, but I have shown it before and some people are like, man, and I'm like, I just like makeup. I just like playing in it. So I know that y'all have, a lot of you DM me, y'all are getting a little confused about me using the oil underneath my eyes. So I'm using the Elemis oil, applying that with my Anissa Beauty brush. And I just did one drop on the brush, okay? Then I let that dry down let's let that dry down 30 seconds. So that's on top of my eye cream. I know it seems like a lot, but for where I'm at with my retinol and even as I'm getting older, this is the perfect amount for me. So I'm gonna scoop out just that much. So this is the eye mask that I use, and this kind of just locks everything in. This on its own, not the best. This on top to lock in things, flawless. So then let's work this in with our brush. And this stuff, I feel like it's blurring too. I love it so much. It feels so nice. It's like a spa treatment. A little dry through there too. And then if I have any dry spots, I'll just use whatever's left and just go over it. I don't right now, but if I did, it'd be around my nose, or I don't know where it would be. I'm credustled. That's our new word. Well, it's new to y'all. I say it all the time. I'm gonna link the oil too. Listen, I just feel like in this day and age, I really want to remind y'all, if it's an ad, I will put ad. Or it will be the first word of the caption. If it's a reel, just look for that first word. I have nothing to hide. I mean, you see me almost every day and you see that the makeup goes on nicely. And then if you're still having problems, I'm here to help you. So please just know that our bond here that we have will never be broken. That being said, there's the link. I like this. I like it a lot. So now I want to try something. Do y'all want to have some fun? Let's see if it works. I have an idea. And I'm always trying to find ways to see if highlighter can go on without showing texture. I really like this highlighter. It's pretty, but it's really sparkly. And I know a lot of people don't mind that. Wonderful. On myself, no, I'm not into it. I'm just gonna grab it with my finger and I'm gonna try it underneath foundation. You see, and see how it actually has the sparkles. Let's see what happens. We're just having fun. Looks like that. Skincare. That's one of the reasons you really don't see me use use highlighter, because my skincare kind of peeks through and does what highlighter does. Okay. We're gonna see. Okay, let's try it. This is so fun. This is actually the secret foundation that I was using, and then L'Oreal had some things happen. And that aside, this foundation is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Y'all are gonna see some content come out from Rosamund Beauty, and you'll see the pictures and some videos, and you're gonna see this foundation. Because it just, the match, the finish, stunning. I am going to, did I mention it? I'm gonna post an ad for it on Friday, but this is not an ad. I mean, now y'all see, when I take the partnerships, I want y'all to know my heart is in this and I'm invested. I'm invested in y'all. Now, we do have to remember that not everything is going to work for everyone, but now let's put just a dot. I'm gonna try to put a smaller amount because I feel like obviously if we put very heavy coverage, it's just gonna cover it up. Let's see what happens there. I think we might be onto something. We'll see if it looks any different. I'll do it without tomorrow, but I feel like we can see it. We're gonna have to be careful though when we set there, but we'll get to that in a second. Oh, my ear. That looks nice. And I want to start stressing that no matter your foundation formula, let's start working in sections. I've always talked about this, but normally I do extravagant eye looks, and then I don't really talk as much about complexion. I need to change that. And what I'm doing here is, if we work in sections, our foundation isn't going to set. It's not going to dry down. I talked about this yesterday, but sections is the way to go. Because a lot of times what happens is we'll come back, say if I was to come back over here, this might be dry. And I run the risk of that patching up and becoming textured. So if you're getting texture in your makeup, that could be the reason. Don't do this yet. We don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't trust myself with that yet. I don't know. I kind of like it. Especially if you have textured skin there. So just remember, if you are having issues with your foundation going on, it could just be that that foundation is drying very quickly. And then we're trying to go back over it, especially with a damp sponge. I never ever want to just be like, brush is the only way. I know that we all enjoy different things, and that is what makes makeup so much fun. But a damp sponge going back over here, where this is right now, this is that first part we did, chaos. I don't care how skilled, unless you're adding more on top, a lot more on top, it's going to separate. It's going to get wild. It's going to go absolutely feral. So damp sponges, please work in sections. Just work in sections. I just don't want you to do your makeup and then be sad. I don't like that. It makes me sad, and we don't need to be sad. Now let me give you a tip. Can you believe it? Me giving a makeup tip? Wild! This is that same E29. So the bristles don't absorb product, so we can switch back and forth. What we're gonna do is we are gonna take this across here, but I'm still gonna add something else. Okay, do you see how that already just blurred? If you have texture on your lids, blur with your foundation like this. It's gonna be magical, but wait, wait, there's more. I'm a 1990s infomercial. So let's take that. We're just kind of cleaning this up. Very small amount. Jane's getting his beauty sleep. Okay, perfect. So this very red brown on our waterline, it's kind of bringing out a little bit of the blue underneath my eyes. I'm gonna use my Exa corrector. I just wanna kind of reference from the e.l.f. I'm loving the e.l.f. The e.l.f. is so affordable, definitely worth it. But I'm gonna use this one just because I kind of wanna see where the difference is. I don't even have to have them on each side to compare. I do a few tutorials a day. I film a lot of makeup content. But what I am seeing is that my C31 has disappeared. Just a second. C31. But what I was saying is I test so many products, I just remember their textures, and I just wanted to see the difference. This one definitely is a more creamy, and the e.l.f. is more of a gel consistency. I really love both. But I will say, if you have a very, very dry under eye, I would probably recommend this one. And that's very, very dry, not just a very dry. If you have a drier under eye, you'll be fine with the e.l.f. But if you are struggling with dry under eyes, like I am currently with my retinol, I think this one. We have our Garth Brooks in the background today. Hey, you know what concealer I didn't enjoy? And this is a really good thing, but everyone is different. That's why I don't just talk negative and go things are terrible, because somewhere out there, someone is enjoying a concealer that I didn't enjoy, and who am I to tell that person they're wrong? Remember that. If you've ever wondered why I just don't give completely negative reviews and go, this is terrible, that's why. Because I'm not just about to just crush someone, because it used to crush me. Because this is a good example, because I used to watch a lot of tutorials where everyone absolutely went feral for this concealer, and I could not get it to work for me, and I didn't love it. And it's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's just not the concealer for me, and I tried it again recently, and I'm still not enjoying it. And that's all. But I just want to remind y'all. So just remember that. If you've ever wondered, hey, why does Rose not just say she hates things? Because you might not. And who am I to tell you that this is bad? Because you're probably enjoying it. And I love that. But if you'd like to know things that aren't working for me, because you might have similar skin type, it's been many years. I think they just celebrated 10 years. And I think I tried it in 2014. Not the one for Rose. But let's find a concealer that is for Rose. This concealer for Rose. Best Skin Ever from Sephora Collection. It's wonderful. I love everything about it. I've done wear tests. I've compared it. I prefer it over the Dior concealer that I used to like, which I don't love anymore. But I love this one. And I'm just gonna do concealer underneath my eyes today. Maybe I'll do a little bit here. I feel like I need a little more coverage there. And I also feel like this is a concealer that doesn't dry very quickly, so you have a lot of time to really work it in. Clean that up. Look how nice that looks. I'll just let it run so you can watch it blend. Satisfying. Let's use our affordable Maybelline powder today. When I posted that video of the powder, one of the reasons that could be happening, I don't want anybody with mature skin to think that using a puff or even powder underneath the eye is a bad thing. With the right kind of skin prep, oh gosh, skin prep is so important. I just can't stress that enough. And you'll see I'm not, well, there's no powder there. I'm not using a ton of powder. And I don't want you to feel like powder is bad, because powder seals, it sets. That's what it does. But that doesn't mean that we're going to bake. Do you see how little we're using? That doesn't mean we're going to use a ton of it. We don't need a lot of it. But also powder takes down shine, and that's what makes the skin look so smooth, and it sets it. And I swear, I promise you, with the right skin prep, powder is not scary. That being said, this powder in particular isn't the one that I would recommend for mature skin. That's the Givenchy, but I've talked about that in my mature skin video, which is on my saved highlights. And do you notice how no matter what, I just smoothed out that concealer before? Ooh, that's a smooth under eye. Magical. And then I'll just use what's left. This actual powder, I'm gonna grab a little bit more just for the center. And the reason why is because I wanted a little bit more coverage, and this powder is going to give us coverage. This isn't a pink powder, this is more of my skin tone powder. So we get that coverage. Might as well boost it up a little. That'll be enough for everywhere else. I'm gonna do powder bronzer, so I'm gonna go ahead and set over here too. So I already applied a little bit of this just to see if it was gonna be a good match, and it's beautiful. I remember trying this, but look, it's so thin. I lost it over here in the sea of makeup that I swim in every day. Ooh, it's pretty, very natural. That was my vibe today. Aside from the big floofers, don't you come for my floofers. You let me floof in peace, y'all. This is a beautiful bronzer. Blends beautifully. I like this. So technically this is a blush, but this is a perfect bronzer shade for me. I'm gonna give you all a link, but will you give me 2 seconds to go buy another one before it sells out? Please. This is wonderful. It really went on nicely with, look at this. Oh, I'm excited. I need to get more shades of this blush. I only have the 3, but I need more immediately. My friend Sam, she even said that this formula is absolutely wild and in the best way. It's so blurring. And she said that the pink one is now her new favorite blush. So go check her out. I'm gonna tag her so you can watch her videos. I'm telling y'all, this. Now I will say that the C41, it's a pretty special brush. It's very soft, definitely adds to the blurring effect. Never any patchiness. We love the C41. Now some of you might already do this, but I tend to get a little heavy-handed when I go underneath here. E27, this brush is so useful. Take that same liner from NARS that we used and just press it underneath here. This is also a really good idea if you have very sensitive eyes, because a lot of time the bottom lash line is actually where a lot of the eyeshadow fluffs into the eye and then makes our eye water. So if you can just find a pencil in that similar shade of eyeshadow, maybe just get a pencil in the color you wear the most. We don't need a pencil in every single color, even though I have one, but I'm a collector. Ooh, that's pretty. But if you have sensitive eyes, find a pencil very close to the color that you mainly wear, and it's going to shift. It doesn't have to be spot on, but this is a really, really great technique for sensitive eyes because this is not going to. Now this mascara on bottom lashes is just wild. I like it. Mega floof. So this was the other tip I was going to give you about the eyeshadow. If you have texture on your eyes, grab the same powder. This is the Maybelline. And just press that only where you're going to see most of the texture. So on me, it would be on this upper part, and it'll just help blur. And it's not going to mess with the color. I like to do this. And it's just, think of it as just finishing powder. Just finishing it up. See that? Blurred. And again, we don't need to do it here because you don't really see that as much and we want to keep that shine. But just that little bit where you are going to see it really does kind of blur it. It's fun. How pretty is this lipstick from Revlon? Just throw it on. But it's not a big thing. But colors like this, they tend to pull a little bit warmer than I want them to. So I'm gonna grab a cool tone lip liner. Shouldn't have to reach too far. Endless Cacao. These are sold out for like a very long time, and I think that they're back. And I know that they went viral. But if you can find this, because you can use this on your eyes and your lips, which is an amazing thing, but also let's put alcohol on that if we're going back and forth. Back to my point, if you can find this, this is a hot ticket. And it's wonderful. And it's a really nice true contour because it's so cool toned. There was a time that you could not find this, and it is in stock on the Sephora website and the Makeup Forever website. Y'all know that y'all go feral and things do sell out. But I honestly stopped praising it because it was sold out for so long, but it's there. Go get it. Now, one thing that I always do, and I don't always show it, is I clean up my lip line. And all I use is a C30. I have nothing on it. And I just go around my lip line, and then I'll just take my fingers and pinch it. And that's enough to wipe off any excess. I am very into a very precise lip line. There we go. This foundation looks so good. It looks so good. I love it, and it's so affordable. I am super excited. It is February 1st. I'm actually gonna take this makeup off and I'm gonna film a Valentine's Day look. The first one I wanna film is, I wanna film something affordable. So I'm gonna go through all my stuff and put together an affordable look, and I will probably post that tomorrow. I'm trying to think, yeah, maybe tomorrow. Because I did one for New Year's Eve and y'all loved it. So I'm gonna do something simple, but then very Valentine's Day, very fun. Maybe just a hint of pink, nothing too wild. I'm still gonna do an absolutely feral Valentine's Day look. I saw an artist where they extended this out here, and then there was a whole heart of negative space. Oh, let me show you the look I did a couple years ago. I mean, look at this. I was pretty proud of that. Do you see that heart in there? That's so cool. I want to try it again, but with the Valentino liner. I didn't have that then. It wasn't even out then. Maybe we'll do it in pink. I think we should recreate that. That's really cute and fun. Again, I'm still gonna do very date night sultry looks with just maybe a hint of a pink inner corner. Very mild, but very glam looks. But then I want to do a couple wild, creative looks. That's fun. So get ready for that. I love y'all so much. I'm a frazzle mess. I'm actually gonna go do something with my hair for the next videos. But I need to go wash my face, and I might have a snack. A little peckish. I love y'all so much, and I'm gonna post, I don't know what I'm gonna post tonight. I talked yesterday about a dupe. I think I might post that, which y'all already saw it, but I feel like more people see my posts than my story. But for y'all that do watch my story, y'all get to see it firsthand, and I feel like we're just such a close family here. So I'm still gonna post that tonight because, again, not a lot of people saw it. So I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the comments tonight.